Have you ever wondered why people make so much money? Like, certain people can just create a business and it will take off to the moon. Well, in today's video, we're going to discuss how to create wealth by creating structure out of chaos. This is a very interesting topic, and when I learned today about full credit to Alan Sultanic, an internet marketer, because he talked about this and it was very extensive. So let me put on the conspiratorial and wealth glasses. Let me put the hood up. Let's get straight into this theory. So what do I even mean by creating structure out of chaos? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and the biggest example that I can come up with is the Wild West. Picture this. People move from Europe to America because they're super poor. There's unlimited resources, there's unlimited land. Some land is held by tribes, some land is held by different nationalities. And when people start moving west and pushing west to explore, we have something called the Wild West. And why is that? Because there were no really laws or frameworks to keep people from robbing each other, killing each other, and stuff like that. So what happened was, in the west of the North American continent, these people would throw up camps and start to make small little towns because what was going on was chaos. The world was chaos, people were getting robbed left and right, and people were dying. They were being attacked by different tribes, or just straight up criminals. So what happened was, people created towns, they created structure out of chaos. And they created structure out of chaos to protect themselves. This they did by creating towns, creating banks to safely store their money, to install a town's sheriff, and also to get a couple of businesses and means of food production inside their town. They could also be mining towns and whatever. But it went from being completely chaotic to people structuring themselves together to become stronger. So why was this so effective? Because people basically gave up nothing to gain security and the ability to have some type of peace of mind. And we're actually going to discuss this now. Because if you understand the fundamental thing people want in the world, it's always ties back into being able to reproduce. All marketing, every action you take is in some way or form influenced by your ability to acquire status, health, and all things eventually lead down to the ability to be able to reproduce, which is also a really important point, one which I might talk about in another video, but let's stick to this topic for this one. Another example I have from creating a structure out of chaos is the early crypto game. Early days in crypto, it was complete chaos. You could pay thousands of Bitcoin for a pizza, and that was just the beginning. Then, as it began to grow and grow and grow, bad actors came in. There's a lot of crypto scams, tons of like theft, rug pulls, everything, and we're still seeing that today. But let's say that crypto, and especially NFTs, was in a chaos position, but crypto overall has been in chaos for a while. But structure came in and alleviated the situation. And how did they do that? Well, people got together, created teams, and started crypto exchanges. They created ways for securely storing their money, their Bitcoin, their Ethereum, their Solana, on different big platforms, providing liquidity and security. So that's how it was done in the crypto game. And what these exchanges essentially sold was the security of not being hacked yourself, which would lead to a lower odds of being able to reproduce, because money is tied to your odds of being able to reproduce, if we're going to be completely real here. Because money is status, and status is the ability for a man to attract a female. Maybe that's a black pill for you, I don't really know. Another really good example I have is the early days of the internet. Like I wasn't even born there, but the early days of the internet, like the 1995 till maybe 2005, or even to 2010 and 15, it was a wild west. There was no internet moderation. There's no real moderation. There's not like a big entity pulling all the strings on the internet. But there were not big organizations and platforms like Facebook, Google, Instagram, and all of these other platforms. But these platforms are structures in the chaos, because before all of that there was like a ton of websites, forums, everything. There was no moderation, nothing. And then these digital platforms formed and created by entrepreneurs and other people, got people together, got them to a safer platform, you could call it, with some moderation, and people really liked it. They liked being able to connect with their friends without somebody sending them porn in their DMs, and that was how structure was created on the internet. Now there are many ways of other structures being created on the internet. All the biggest platforms in each category, like a platform for downloading games, for example, Steam is a really big one, and they're worth billions of dollars. But it's because they have good prices, their software is really secure, and they have some type of guarantee that the games you're going to download are not malware, which means they're not malicious or you're not being hacked. One recent case actually disproves this, but still, it doesn't disprove the point. So how are you going to make money with this thing I'm saying? Well, what you need to do is you need to find chaotic pockets of the market. And you need to find a chaotic pocket of the market, or you need to find a chaotic market by itself. And you need to create a structure, organization, or some type of safety or security in that market, and people will just give you money. A good example of this could be, for example, Whop. Whop.io or Whop.com is a platform for people to host their online courses, services, communities safely. They have also included payment processing within the platform, which is really open and not that restrictive when it comes to different types of services. This platform created structure out of the Make Money Online game, the new version of it, which comes like with traffic from TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff like this. So a lot of influencers are selling their products on Whop.com. Another example is Skool.com, which I use personally for my AI community, which is the link is down below if you want to join it. I have a bunch of resources, templates, workflows, and swipe files and stuff like that. But you don't have to join if you're not into it. This is a platform that lets you create an online community, have moderation, take payments and stuff like this on the single platform with a very low processing fee. So, and these businesses make a lot of money. Whop processes over $1 billion a year, and I think Skool also does that now. So what's an example of finding a chaotic pocket of a market? Well, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say we're talking about the Moldovan weightless supplement market. This might be a market, I don't really know anything about it, but this could be a market that is run by affiliate people who are running scam offers and scam products. And if you can create a structure which means creating a trustworthy company with real doctors, real nutritionists, and convey a lot of safety and security in your products via your sales copy, you could probably make a lot more money than these other guys are doing. And what I'm basically talking about here, the structure in the modern times, it might not be an exchange. It would be pretty hard for anybody to create an exchange, a crypto exchange or a financial institution. What you can create is an offer. An offer is basically you deciding a market that is pretty chaotic, taking that market segment, finding a problem that they have, offering the solution through your product, and packaging it together with maybe smaller or bigger products, as well as with your website, your functions and everything, and that's packaged together as an offer. So you have to create trust, safety, security, and fundamentally your product needs to create or elevate the likelihood of someone being able to reproduce. Now, I might go deep into another video about this topic because it's very deep and it has a lot to do with evolutionary biology and more about a little bit more biology and the reality of the world. And it's too deep for this video, but this video is under 15 minutes and I'm dropping some real value here. So make sure you subscribe and like if you like the video. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to see more of my content, but if you think these topics are interested and you would like to learn more, drop a comment down below and I'll notify you when I drop a new video. You can also yeah, that's all you have to do. I'm not going to plug anything. All the links are in the description if you want to check something out. So what I'm saying here is basically find a chaotic market, create a trustworthy product, build it with real trust, and make sure to capitalize on it. And how to capitalize on it is basically to learn to write good copy, to make good marketing that conveys the message in the right way, and also fundamentally creating trust, safety, and security or status around your product. So, for example, if you're selling a watch, you need to make it look like, or make for the prospect to feel that they will gain a sense of status after they buy the products. Thank you guys for watching. This was a deeper technical video, but it was still a nice video. Peace out, guys.